Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother, and I hope you'll all join me in listening to this quite relaxing and very classy tune of World 6. And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 3D World. In the last episode, of course, we began World 6 by completing these 3 levels. In this episode, let's go ahead and start off with Deep Jungle Drift, which looks like a level with a lot of poisonous stuff that's going to kill me immediately, which doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun, because in all the new Super Mario Bros. Games, those were the hardest worlds for me. But anyway, we can go ahead and get started with our favorite mustached plumber Mario, although I'm probably biasing the opinions of some people, by which I mean misrepresenting the opinions of some people, because I'm sure other people have other favorite mustachioed plumbers aside from Mario. And let's go ahead and go up here. Yeah, some people might like Luigi, some people might like Wario, some people might like that strange man that comes and fixes mommy's kitchen sink every 2 weeks. That is an awfully broken sink, isn't it? Anyway, we are up here, and it looks like we are on the path to collecting a secret, because our raft down there, which seems to be the main manner of completing this level, has left without us. Although there, I guess, are multiple rafts. So if you get stuck on one part of the level, you can just sort of sit there and wait for another one to come. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to this one because I'm comfortable with it. It makes me feel good. I just got a green star and died immediately afterward. Okay, that is one way of playing this level. Probably the wrong way, though. So, if you're looking for a way to 100% the game without dying, this is not exactly the place to be, because I am terrible at not dying. In fact, not dying is the one talent that I fear I shall never master. I have no idea where I was going with that, but let's go ahead and come back up here. It seems like that green star is going to be a little bit difficult to get. We might even have to do 2 runs of this level, because we've never done that before. But it seems like kind of difficult to get because, it's farther back than the stamp is, and you have to go up this way in order to get the stamp. So, let's go ahead and hurry up and see if that helps matters at all. And I didn't see what number of green star it was either. If it was like number 2 or 3, I assume it isn't 3, because that would make this level an awfully short one. But if it was number 2, then, ooh. Okay, it's number 1. We're fine. There we go. That's how you get both of those things in a timely manner without having to do 2 runs of the level. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab ourselves our checkpoint to run around in circles like a cat always does, chasing its tail, because that's totally not a thing that dogs do instead. Break this sign, because cats also like to vandalize property. Yeah, I'm sure everybody who owns a cat, I myself am a cat owner, 2 cats. One of them thinks it's still a kitten, even though it's like 10 years old. I myself own 2 cats, and I'm sure all the other cat owners out there know the plight of animals trying to destroy their furniture. And mine, whether we put stuff on it to keep them away, like some sort of weird cat repellent stuff that actually, that sounds kind of disgusting and weird, but yeah, there's stuff you can put on furniture that supposedly keeps cats away from them. Never works. Don't bother with it. Cats will always destroy everything you own, no matter what you try to do to stop them. And that is my pro-animal owner tip of the day. So, you're welcome for that lovely life advice. Although I do love cats. Possibly my favorite animal. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm not really either a cat person or a dog person. I just love them both. I just love animals. I love cute things and the cute things that they do. Is that not a good enough designation for you people? God, why do you have to categorize people? Categorize? Oh boy. I really have no idea what's going on right now. We are collecting coins, though, and flying through the sky at way too quick a pace for my liking. And I just got showered in all this poisonous business, which is probably not a good thing. If only I had my flood with me to clean me off, and it looks like we missed somewhere along the line a green star, unless there's one chilling over here. But it seems like green stars and stamps and stuff typically don't sit on these ending screens where the flagpoles are, so it looks like we are indeed going to have to come back at a later time to get that 3rd green star. And, whatever. May as well do it right now. It's just one thing, so it'll be fairly quick. So I will see you guys in a moment after we take a peek at our stamp, which I hope is something interesting and not just like a bush. Okay, that's definitely not a bush. That's a sleeping toad. And how many cute toads do we have on that stamp collection? Somebody tell me down below, because I want to know how many times I've squealed in this Let's Play, because I tend to do that when I see cute things, apparently, because that's totally a manly thing to do, right? Anyway, I'll be right back when I'm getting that 3rd green star. Don't dare think you can hide from me. I know where you are, 3rd green star. Yeah, on another run of this level, I, crouched next to that little opening there underneath where the platform goes, because I thought maybe I'd be able to go through that and the 3rd green star would be through there, but I heard the green star jingling and thus I found it. And that is the tale of my great escapade as Luigi in finding the 3rd green star of this level. Yeah, but that's kind of one characteristic of the Green Stars that I think they intended for you to use to be able to find them, is their jingling noise. Like on Pretty Plaza Panic, you start off immediately in the level and the Green Star's right behind you, and there's no real way of knowing that aside from being able to hear the jingle. Unfortunately, when I'm recording, I really can't hear the jingle whatsoever, because talking over this really, really quiet music on my TV makes that a little bit difficult. That's alright though, it is no big deal. We have the Prince Bully Blockade here, which we are going to be taking on with Toad. So I'm gonna smash you out of here. Alright, we've got clear pipes on the side, and what do? Alright, I hit you, and I hit you. And there we go. Okay, this is simple enough, and this guy's a bully, so he doesn't really do damage to us just by walking into us, so we can go ahead and destroy him, turn him into this little trash can like a piece of trash he is, and get rid of him permanently. And I sound a little bit like a mafia leader right now. Get rid of him just sounds like a really vague way of saying murder someone, you know? Although I guess that's exactly what we're doing, so let's go ahead and grab the 1 green star we get for this, and thank you, you little non-intimidating kitten Toad, for destroying that man without a bit of mercy. That's what you're best at, despite the fact that you're so cute. Anyway, there we go, the Prince Bully Blockade is out of the way. We have 153 green stars, and we can move on to the next part of World 6. Which I'm not actually sure where that is, because there's a clear pipe off to our left, and there's a rainbow bridge right here, and this rainbow bridge looks a little bit like it's made out of candy, so I'm tempted to go across it, but let's see what's in here first. What is in here? We have a Sprixie house! Alright, so let's go ahead and hop into this and grab ourselves a stamp, and I just remembered, at the very end of the last episode, I didn't mention it, but I walked up to a little pile of rubble in the top right. Oh, you look quite, interested in something there, my friend. Alright, I'm gonna leave. I'm uncomfortable now. In the top right of this world, there is another little pile of rubble, which I assume contains some secrets, so let's go ahead and go check that out with our good friend Cat Toad. But yeah, I forgot to do that at the beginning of this episode, so for those of you who have been yelling idiot at that screen this entire time, which I'm sure is several thousand of you, I am getting around to it. I heard all your pleas for mercy, and we found the Fire Bros hideout number 3. I guess this is a recurring thing in this game where the Fire Bros just have hideouts and we destroy them all the time despite them not really doing anything. Is this just like a club that the Fire Bros go to and we're just angry about not having been admitted to it or invited to it or anything, so we just go crash it every single time they try to start it up? Anyway, we fought some Fire Bros, Hammer Bros, and Boomerang Bros all in one there, so quite the diverse party you guys have got going on here. Quite the diverse family, because I guess since they're bros, they're bros? I don't know. Mario Bros, Mario and Luigi are brothers, though I guess Wario and Waluigi aren't actually canonically brothers, though people think they are. And no, everybody, Wario is not the 3rd Mario brother, I'm the 3rd Mario brother. Look it up, it's even in the official Mariopedia. Is that even a thing? Probably not. Anyway, we just completed 6-4, so let's go ahead and move on to 6-5, which is a snowy world, Typhoo Flurries. And okay, this looks like something or other. I'm not entirely sure what quite yet, but let's go ahead and randomize our character and see who we're going to flurry this game with. Alright, we're playing as Mario. And Mario has plenty of experience with flurries, so I wonder how far that pushes you if you walk into it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this fire flower and try it out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So that one wasn't all that dangerous. It was just sort of introducing you to the concept of what wind does, and wind pushes things, kids. Thanks for that lesson, Nintendo. You sure are the best creator of educational games in all of the universe. So let's go ahead and wreck the fun this Goomba's having and destroy him absolutely, because I assume we're going to have this to be able to run over here and grab the stamp before... Oh, geez. Yeah, because it looks like you can't really walk on this because there's spikes everywhere. I'm sure there's some way to do it with, like, a Tanuki suit or something where you time everything perfectly and you can just jump over the spikes and wait until they go back down and then jump again. But it's probably a lot easier just to ice skate. And oh man, you look infuriated. You look in a horribly, horribly grumpy mood. And you know, if I had to sit here trying to destroy a short, stout Italian plumber who screams at the top of his lungs all day, I would probably be a little bit humiliated and upset myself. You know, I feel bad for people like this who have to spend their entire day knocking people into spikes and hating their jobs. And you know what? I feel sorry for the flurries who are underpaid and overworked and don't get to see their families as much as they should. So you know what? I'm standing up for flurry rights right now. Save the flurries 2013 or 14 or whenever you're watching this. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What kind of a reaction was that? What the hell? I don't even know. Alright, perhaps my discussion of the bourgeoisie and the proletariat there is the cause of my preemptive death, so perhaps I should stop talking about the contracts that these guys signed. They do it willingly, and they can suffer the consequences. Anyway, that is enough of that random and totally silly scenario. I'm gonna go ahead and slide down this hill. As soon as these guys are done obstructing my path. Get out of the way. Jeez, I just want to snowboard, except not with a snowboard with my butt. I guess that would just be sledding, except extremely painful. Anyway, this level is kind of ticking me off, because today, as of today, it is December. Ooh, what do we have here? Is there any secrets that you're showing me? I see one of the green stars. But today is December 15th. Usually in my town, we get snow, like significant amounts of snow on the ground, a couple inches before Halloween. It snowed like once this year, and yeah, there was a little bit from it, like a quarter inch or something like that, but it hasn't snowed again, and none of that stuck, like it all melted within a day, and I am so upset because I love the snow. I'm sure any of you who have watched like any of my videos, even some of the ones in this Let's Play, know that I am absolutely a fan of winter, and I think snow is beautiful, and I think it's amazing to look at, and I just love it so much, and so you can see why I might be a little bit peeved that December 15th, like 2.5 months after we usually get snow where I live, there's not a lick of snow on the ground, and it is the worst feeling in the universe, aside from probably lots of things that I'm not going to describe because, you know, this is a kid's game, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching this are kids and wouldn't want to hear about the torturous horrors of the world. Anyway, super dark points aside, it looks like the way we get this is we're going to have to time this properly, so let's wait for that little gust to come up. There it is, and jump in, and we didn't quite get it. Alright, we're gonna have to try that one more time, but I feel like maybe we shouldn't do it from this. Oh, can you save me? No, you can't. Mario, you're too fat. You couldn't get saved by that tiny little bit of wind. What is up with you, man? Alright, there we go, and that's how you get that third green star, and I wonder if I'm going to be able to make it to the end of the level, because we have these guys who are really intent on getting in our way, and these guys who are really intent on pushing us off, and it looks like I died. I didn't know that he was going to move. Man, that is one mobile flurry, jeez. Alright, and once more with feeling, hopefully not a bad feeling though, because this flurry, just really has it out for us, and I have no idea why. I didn't do anything to him, but it looks like he's gonna attempt to murder me again right here, and these wall guys are actually fairly annoying. They walk back and forth, I guess. At first I thought they, like, stopped where you stopped or something like that, but that is not the case. We can go ahead and pilot ourselves right off the cliff one more time. God, what am I doing? Jeez. Alright, there we go. That is actually not quite as hard as I was making it out to be at first, but then again, what else is new? What isn't quite as hard as I make it out to be? Looks like we have some flurries here who are going to try to attempt to stop us from getting the golden flagpole, but that's no big deal. We can just run right past them, destroy them by touching this flagpole. Thank you for getting in my way. I had the utmost pleasure of getting some points from your poofs after I grabbed the flagpole. I have no idea what I just said, but anyway, there we go. We completed that level and got a nice little picture of Mario in an ice skate. It's like a Karibo shoe, except on ice. Why did I make that comparison? I literally have absolutely no idea. And I suppose we have time for like one more level in this video, so let's go ahead and do one of them. Which one shall we do? Well, we just did 6-5, and I'm out of items, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to this Toad House real quick and see if we can pick up some things to help us on our journey. Let's go small box this time, and yeah, there we go. Let's go and grab a Tanuki suit and a cat suit, because these last few levels have been really heavy on the platforming, and I need something to help me with that platforming, because I seem to be failing just a little bit from time to time. And those fuzzies in that world over there look really, really disgusting and intimidating. But anyway, that was 6-5, so let's go ahead and move on to 6-6 Bullet Bill Base. Man, Nintendo, you are slacking on the names. That does not seem all that creative, because, hey, there's guns, and it's a base. Bullet Bill Base. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm sure that was exactly the thought process that went into naming this level, or perhaps there was even less of a thought process than that, or maybe there was more. See, I like to cover all my bases when I make hypothetical scenarios. It was either this or not this is generally my reasoning, and it's giving us a lot of cat suits, so I'm going to go ahead and grab an extra one, because I feel like those are going to be necessary for the secrets later on in this level, because again, this game generally doesn't do it to where, you need to have a power-up that comes from outside of the level to find all the secrets. So, having a bunch of cat suits here, which I would suppose are probably going to allow us to find secrets in this level, is probably a good thing. And I feel like I'm probably missing something by going this way. So let's go ahead and go back, just jump on this cloud, and make our way up here. Perhaps that was a secret way. I really have no idea. Oh gosh, I'm so conflicted. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Help. Let's go ahead and go up here, I guess, because this seems like a different part of the level rather than like an alternate route in the level, or route, or however you prefer to say it. What was the original pronunciation for that word? I know now it's like either one is acceptable, especially in the Americas, but by the Americas, I mean North America, because most other countries in the Americas don't really speak that much English. But, oh, I probably should have looked up there to see if I'm going to be missing anything anytime soon. Let's go ahead and grab this checkpoint at any rate. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Wow, that is embarrassing and ridiculous. So let's go ahead and catsuit on up here and grab ourselves our second green star. And that was a really easy one to get. I don't know if I, like, accidentally cheated that somehow, but that was, like, way too easy. I mean, I'm awful at video games and everything that has to do with them, so that should have taken me at least like 36 more hours to get, but no, that was about 3 seconds. Anyway, we are running really fast. Holy crap. Is that just how fast Toad normally runs and I just haven't really noticed it until now? Because wow, man. Toad, have you been doing, like, sprints or something? Because that is incredible. Anyway, go up here, and it looks like there is nothing important up here. There was that one-up, but we don't need it. Actually, just kidding. Yes, I would love to have that one-up. Thank you very much. As soon as it makes itself available to me, that is when I change my opinion. So we're looking for a third green star and a stamp, and I'm a little bit concerned because the stamps in the past few levels have been, like, really well hidden. Well, maybe not the past few levels, but, like, in recent levels have been really well hidden, and so I'm a little bit concerned that I've missed it, and I'm gonna have to come back for it later. But that is alright, I don't mind coming back for it later. This game is like, every level is so unique and it just feels so good to control all throughout that I don't mind coming back later. I don't mind having to look for stuff that I missed previously. I find it really fun, especially since that stuff that I missed previously is usually really well hidden and makes you think about the level in a way that you perhaps wouldn't have before. And what does this place over here serve? It serves... Okay, we've got a 3-block, but that is about it looks like. So let's go ahead and jump on up here and see if we can find ourselves another secret. Is there something? There looks to be something. There's the stamp of the level. Hooray, hurrah. I won't have to come back and get that. Maybe I'll have to come back and get the green star, though, because it seems like we missed that somewhere along the line. But perhaps it's somewhere... Yes, here it is. My suspicion was correct. It's right there beneath that cloud. And yeah, you can ground pound through clouds to get rid of them. I found that on a second run of some level. I don't remember which one. But let's go ahead and do our best to get the golden flagpole this level. There we go. We have completed World 6-6. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Super Mario 3D World. In the next episode, we seem to be flying through this world, kinda. We will complete World 6, I think, because it looks like the castle is fairly close by. Anyway... we get ourselves a very confused and miserable-looking Goomba, and I'd like to thank you all once again very much for watching this episode, and I will see you guys next time.